The mic is in the center. If you feel like asking questions from these four speakers, and I'll tell you who that is, please come here in the middle. It's going to be first come, first served basis, right? We'll be able to ask and answer probably like 4 or 5 questions, depending how long the answers are. I'll try to make sure they're short, okay? So, yeah, just like in the middle, exactly. Stay in line over here in front of Jason, and then that's how we'll do it. So the people are our panelists. Shakhina Pulatova from Stealthy Eye Startup. Shakhina, please come on stage. Thank you. Nodir Turakulov from Anthropic. Nodir. Jurabek Azimov from Walmart. And last but not least, Ulugbek Mirmukhamedov, sorry, from Kodif AI. Ulugbek is a very good friend of mine. Good job. See you. All right, so these are our speakers. No chair for me, you guys kidding? Okay, that's all right.
You can sit here.
No, it's okay, I'm kidding. So I'll be a moderator. I'll just make sure, there's some order because you know them. They might all speak at the same time, right? I know you guys. So any questions so far? Anybody has questions to these guys who came from America, big corporations, tons of experience? I'll just name the companies combined that they have experience, and let me know if I forget anything. There's eBay, there's LinkedIn, there's Google, there's Amazon, there's Anthropic, there's Walmart, there's Lucid Motors, right? What else? Snowflake, right? Crazy, crazy lineup of top world companies. So I see one gentleman over there. Let's do it. Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, guys. Just great speech. Shokatike. Congratulations with your first and actually successful attempt for holding and being host.
Okay, we can't hear you quite well, so speak louder, please. Question is about...
First of all, congratulations about your first attempt for holding an event.
Oh, thank you so much.
Actually, great event. Great hosting.
I like it.
Yeah. For all of you guys, our today's biggest theme is about AI. So my question is about the morality of AI. And when I'm talking about the morality, two things, two hazards for AI. First one is, as all we know about the Skynet stuff or taking over the world. Yeah, we know about it. AI has this possibility, but right now it's all on discussion. So just small point about your ideas about it. But the second part is about the data that is given by AI. When we take all this data, it's almost impossible for a human to calculate what was the source of this data. It's very hard to know is it true or not. And right now, I just heard very small samples of it to your speeches. So as I understand, no one actually cares about it right now. Yes, we speak about it some places, but I would like to know your opinion, small opinion about the first part, let's say like Skynet part, and the second part about the data which is taken from AI. Is there any possibility for humankind to be protected from misdata from big or LLMs? Thank you.
Perfect questions, thank you. Did you guys hear the questions well? Right? The safety of AI, of usage of AI, and then like Skynet, potential dangers, right? All of this harm that it can bring. And second question about data, how can we protect humans from AI using the data that, is right now is like Wild West, not protected. I know Claude is doing a lot of things there. So who wants to answer?
I mean, I can start.
Yeah.
So speaking of the safety, Anthropic, the name of the word anthropic means basically it's human. Our primary goal is that humanity survives this transitional period, it thrives, and so we actually live in a great world. So that is now our number one mission. We actually have multiple frameworks and the ways why the company is structured the way such that we actually accomplish this goal. the Anthropic is not it's a public benefit corporation, PBC, which means that if we have to choose between the public benefits such as survival and, or basically something for the humans and our commercial success, we will choose the public benefit. And this is a part of the interview, for example. Everyone, you cannot really get into the company unless you really care about these kind of things and unless you really realize how important that is. And there are also, like the board of directors really understand this. And we also have various frameworks such as responsible scaling policy that basically prevents deploying AI irresponsibly. Now the second question was about
data usage for protecting humans, our human data.
Yeah.
You want to answer it, or maybe somebody else?
I can take the
Please.
second question. You nailed it about your second question. You basically said sometimes you get wrong information, but when you use ChatGPT, you are totally right. How is AI normally function? AI is it is the most accurate to the extent of the data that it is using. If the data that it is driving, if it is based off, is inaccurate, your AI will be inaccurate. So that's why sometimes whenever I have debates with my friends, I tell them sometimes AI is a hindrance, is a blocker for the creativity, for the development. Because look, a lot of times now I speak with some students as well, when they have to write essays, they just go to ChatGPT and they just give them a topic, and ChatGPT gives in, like, no matter how many pages you tell them, it gives you an essay for that topic. But where does it get the data from? Do we ask that question? They get the data by scraping the internet. Tons of petabytes of data is scraped on the internet, and the result of the ChatGPT and AI bots is as accurate as just to the extent of the information which is available. That's why to your question, which you asked about the accuracy of the responses, it is just depends on the amount of data that it is trained on and the amount of data that it's available on the internet.
And I can expand on that in terms of, it all depends on the application, right? If you're writing just like essays or poetry, let's say, where creativity is important but accuracy of information is not so much, you're just trying to be creative, then it's fine, right, for AI to hallucinate. And it actually, maybe even a good thing for it to hallucinate. But if you're working on, if your application is something mission critical, something serious, like in the enterprise space and healthcare and finance and whatever it is, right? Then you definitely want accurate information, which comes from accurate and vetted and privacy-preserving data. And that really kind of goes into more of the enterprise space, right? LLMs haven't actually been mainstream, haven't hit the mainstream yet in the enterprise. And a lot of companies are working on it, but it's not mainstream yet, because it is actually hard to create more kind of smaller versions of LLMs. It could be big too, but with the really highly accurate and privacy-preserving data. So for those kinds of applications, you would actually need to go on kind of a more, the bar is higher than just a general purpose LLMs.
Perfect. Ulugbek, you want to add anything here?
No.
You're good. Okay, so and then to make sure that it goes faster, let's do this. Only one person answers the question, and second person, only if you feel really strong, you want to add something, you add. But not all 4 people, all right? So next question, please. Wow. Oh, yeah, over there. You go. Oh, my God, so many questions. Guys, are you crazy?
Здравствуйте.
30 minutes. Okay, let's do it.
Спасибо за саммит. Вопрос такой. Эксперты на данный момент уже говорят о том, что 30% профессий, таких как, например, бухгалтер, финансист, который анализирует какие-то данные, логист, юрист, 30% профессий уже на данный момент говорят, что они исчезнут. В будущем говорят о 90% профессий. Например, есть такой пример. Одна из компаний, отдел маркетинга в Сингапуре, там работало 450 человек, сейчас работает 15 человек. Также в Сингапуре в прошлом году была уже проведена первая операция на сердце удаленно с помощью ИИ. То есть один человек ее делал удаленно, прошла она успешно. Вопрос следующий. Понятно, что у нас есть люди с высокой квалификацией, которые совершенствуются и, допустим, будут управлять этими функциями ИИ, но что делать тем, кто работает в таком сервисе, как те же самые медсестры, медбратья, которые ассистируют операции, какой-то более такой низкой квалификации персонал. Понятное дело, что все эти люди, они не станут теми, кто будет работать с искусственным интеллектом. То есть, это колоссальное количество людей. Вот что делать этим людям, как им просто выживать и кормить свои семьи в будущем?
Шикарный вопрос, спасибо. Что
Can I ask you a
ответите?
question?
Да.
Yes. All of us are saying about adaptability, like adapting, like learning something new. I mean, we understand like so many jobs gonna be lost. And even though you have a really good qualifications, you cannot find a job because most of them are being done by AI. At this point, I believe the transition gonna be a little bit hard. Some people gonna suffer, and especially if they are like kind of closed-minded, if they are not sure what to do, it's gonna be hard for them. But there are so many other opportunities which is created with the help of AI. For example, like Skill AI. Like Skill AI is what they are doing is data labeling. And people in Philippines, they are labeling the data and creating the good quality data for the other AI companies. Yeah. Another example is like flow engineers. Like it's not super like deeply coding, but it's understanding how flow works, like what to do in what cases. It's about some logic, but we have to learn and understand there are so many big opportunities which AI is going to create for us.
Yeah, so more opportunity and adaptability might help us.
Yep.
Okay. Решили по одному человеку отвечаем, да? Okay. So, unless you have something really important to add.
I already gave a lecture on that.
Yeah, I know. Like me too.
Yeah.
It's a big one, yeah.
Just a brief thing that he mentioned, it doesn't replace positions, it transforms the positions.
Transforms, yeah. A lot of people wouldn't have time to adapt so quickly. It happens rapidly, right? It's just too fast. So there is definitely a danger. Okay. All right, next question from here, right? Yeah.
Hello, thank you for wonderful presentations. My question is basically about younger people in tech because, of course, you understand we are afraid. When you listen to Joe Rogan's podcast and you hear that Mark Zuckerberg saying that in the year 2025 they'll have mid-level engineers at Meta, you understand that you're kind of in a really messy situation. So a lot of people say that with AI and with the general market, it will become much better after it becomes much worse. And so my question is basically about how to endure this time when it will become much worse in the market, because I also see that you are very weaved into the Silicon Valley community, the Silicon Valley network, and I understand and I see that the wealth gap may become even greater because of AI, because people who have money and who have connections may create more products more rapidly at bigger scale, and people who don't may be left behind. And my question is, I understand that younger people in tech, they should maybe look in the direction of creating their own products. And my question is to basically how to double down on this human aspect of networking and not get left behind and find suitable mentors and allies in the industry and in the community like the Silicon Valley, because it may become actually more closed, because there'll be people, alumni from Stanford, alumni from MIT, and from like people from CIS countries. There just will be maybe not so much space as it is now or as it was before. Thank you.
Did you get a question?
It's not hearable.
Can you repeat the
Oh, you can't hear it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Okay, let me try to rephrase. So basically, it's a questionable statement, but they say that AI will get worse before it gets better, right? And then for humans, one of the solutions is networking, communities, right? Together we're stronger against this potential threat from AI versus on our own, right? And I mean not just people individually, but even countries, right? When countries agree on something, the treatments, then there's a chance. So basically, what are your thoughts on this, right? What's your take on this? Or you could rephrase it real quick and like, that's good, right? So what's your take on the humans fighting AI as a humankind, basically? Yeah, rephrase it, please, but be loud.
Sorry, maybe I was too not very loud. So, like everybody sees that AI is coming and it's coming fast. And my question is how young people can adapt and find somebody in the community which is safer, like for example, people in Silicon Valley, because we may be left behind, and the situation on the market will become much better and we'll adapt. But after it become much worse, and after a lot of people will lose the job. So my question is how we can adapt and how we can survive in this short time span where it will become much worse, because we don't know how long it will take for it to get better because of the AI.
Particularly young people in this area, right? So please.
I can say a little bit about this. I tried to talk about this in my talk. I think that basically you need to, what I would do in your case, I'll be future leaning. I would try to learn how to use AI tools as effective as possible. For example, if you're a software engineer, I would learn to use AI agents to produce, as much value as you can. I suspect that some people, the people for whom it will be the worst are those who will be close-minded. So, when we say it will get worse before it gets better, it doesn't necessarily mean for the same person it will get worse. It may be like for some people it will get worse and then they will adapt later. For some people it will be fine all this time. I expect for me it will be fine all this time because I am future-leaning. So I would embrace the opportunities. I would embrace the future, and learn to use AI for your benefits as fast as you can. I guess that's my answer.
Especially the agents, right?
It's agents this year. It's probably be different thing every time, and every time we'll need to learn and adapt really quick.
All right, I hope that answers your question. Okay, and please, everybody, just take like really a few seconds to ask your question. Don't tell us stories, please. I think it's that side, right? Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah,
I'm Ulugbek. My question is Jurabek Azimov. I am in the medium business in travel industry, and we organize group tours to Europe. I feel the importance of the customer identity and storing customer data. I have basic information about 2K customers, their names and the phone numbers, and I have like more advanced ones of 100 customers about their jobs, age, more detailed version. So I want to ask suggestions to how to store their data more effectively. Now we use Google Sheets, and your suggestions to how effectively use them, not just keep it.
Okay, if I understood your question, you're basically asking how to better structure your data so you can utilize it better, right?
Yes,
Okay, so basically all you have to do is just learn SQL, this relational database, get into GCP, get into AWS. There is a lot of opportunities. We talked about AI a lot. You can just go to any ChatGPT or YouTube as well. Just learn SQL basics and start with relational database. And as you get more and more complex, you can go into more complex file-based database systems and also Hive and Hadoop. But just start with MySQL. This is where I started. MySQL is very, very basic relational database. Learn it. You will learn it in just, I would say in 2-3 days you will learn it. My wife started recently and she just learned it in 2 days. I'm pretty sure you can do that too.
Relational databases. Yeah, MySQL. All right. From this side, please. Real quick.
Yeah, hello. I represent one of the biggest IT school or technology school for the kids in Uzbekistan. And right now we teach something like Python, JavaScript, Figma, Blender, etc. And we know that with the AI growing, coming, that these skills will be totally obsolete when the kids will grown up. So what you suggest, what we should teach teenagers like 15 years old, 13 years old today to help them succeed in the future?
Great question. Did you get it?
The question is, what should we teach?
Yeah, what should you teach kids like 15-year-old or so to make sure their future is secure?
My recommendation from my personal experience, right now, the hardest programming languages start with Python. If you know Python, it opens the door to everything, to machine learning, to AI. The foundation for everything is Python. That's my recommendation. And from there, you can learn to relational database and other things.
I would stress actually the core skills on top of that as well. Critical thinking, communication, creativity, and so on. Math is a great way of teaching those. And I'm biased because I'm writing a math book and overall focusing on those. But yeah, course you can use games for it. You can use you can use varieties of ways to teach those. But core human skills will actually will be super important in the age of AI because hard skills are actually getting outsourced to AI, right? AI is coding. Yes, you should, in the interim, when AI is not great at coding, you need to learn how to read code. But in the future, in the near future, you won't be even, you won't even need to write code or read code. But you need to be really good at critical thinking so you don't get fooled by AI when it's feeding you misinformation.
All right. So, question from there, please. And we have like 30 seconds left, so probably the last
I
question.
have a question for Shakhina Pulatova. So, operating in stealth mode often involves unique challenges and opportunities. So, what are the key factors that influence your decision to remain in stealth, and how has this approach impacted your product development and market entry strategies?
Sorry, did you hear?
It's not audible really well.
Can you repeat that? We can't hear really well.
So I have a question for Shakhina Pulatova. Operating in stress mode often involves unique challenges and opportunities. So what are the key factors that influence your decision to remain in stealth, and how has this approach impacted your product development and market entry strategies?
If I understand correctly, so operating in stress, right? Posing challenges and how that has affected.
I was there. Just repeat your question real quick, and then this is the last one, guys. I'm really sorry. There's timing, and we have, big guest coming up, so we need to make sure he comes exactly at the right time. So, last question. Just repeat it concisely, please.
What are the key factors that influence your decision to remain in stealth?
In tech? Or in tech? Or?
In tech?
In stealth.
Health.
Stealth.
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 Oh,
Okay.
got it.
Stealth.
Okay, sorry about that.
Startup. Yeah.
What are the key factors? When you need the stealth mode to actually give yourself time and space to explore and to try out things, prototype, right? And to see if there's early signs of product market fit. And once you see that, and you raise money and you have good confidence that this is the direction you want to go, then you can get out of stealth mode. But in general, there's no cookie cut answer. Some are very open about things. Some remain in stealth mode for years even, right? But it just really is a decision of the founders, and also whether reaching product market fit is easy and straightforward for companies.
All right. Thank you, Shakhina. Sorry once again. This is over. Let's give it a round of applause to our guests, to our experts. Thank you, guys.